So in this cornfield there's a maze and me and Alex are gonna venture in and try to find our way out. There's actually an actual maze, but before we do this I'm gonna unpack my drone and just take a look from the top. So what I'll also be doing today is I'll be creating a custom LUT, a custom preset for my drone, and I'll be using this. This is the X-Rite Colorchecker Video Passport, and it allows me to actually get all the colors referenced, and you know, the white balance and the exposure and the brightness, everything, the contrast, everything is going to be awesome. I'm going to be shooting in this Cine-like a flat image profile. Everything will be set to auto because I have no idea. I'll use an ND filter, an ND16 to kind of slow down the shutter speed a little bit, but I'm going to let the drone figure out what to do, and I'll use this to then color correct everything. Oh, I just hate doing this. I mean, these joysticks are so small that it's really kind of hard to get them in, but they are stored very nicely in the remote controller. DJI thinking about everything except of the size of the threads, which is like clockwork. There we go. I have 2 more batteries. However, I'm not going to annoy anybody else with this because there's people down there. I just wanted to see how it looks from the top. So I think some cool shots, you guys saw it. And here's the difference between the original footage from the drone and the color corrected with the Colorchecker Passport. Yeah, quite a difference. I think the greens are actually green right now. It says Corn Labyrinth. So, and the adventure begins. We will get lost. We have a map, but I think we will get lost anyway. You have 18 tasks to finish, and then you get some sort of reward. I have no idea. So this will be our first turn over here, and we're smart. We're going to mark all of our turns on the map so we don't get lost. Aha! Okay, so this is the first task. Ever since the ancient times, labyrinths have been a symbol. Yeah, you know what? I'm just not gonna read this because this video will get too long. However, I will talk about the X-Rite Colorchecker and the balancing of the video colors. Now, these colors, as you see right now on the Lumix G9, have already been color graded with the LUT that I've made, so you can see they look quite amazing. Okay, so to use the Colorchecker, you first have to record a sample video of it, and it's very important that you try to get as close as white balance as you can in your camera. If not, I mean, you can use auto white balance because you can white balance off the checkboard of that white card. Now, this is really important because when you apply and when you make a LUT, a correction LUT, which is going to correct the colors and bring them to a true to life form, so the way that you can match multiple cameras together and they will all look the same, you need to have the same starting point, so the white balance. And you should always white balance images and photos and, you know, videos anyway. So yeah, you know, and then after you correct your footage, then you can apply some sort of styling, or, you know, just go crazy with the orange and teal or something like that. So we have to write the letter. Oh my god, this isn't working. This letter over here, and if you're from an English speaking person, so a tourist, you write O onto the number 17. So 17 T. In order to use the inbuilt function for color balancing in DaVinci Resolve or Premiere Pro or Final Cut, all you need to do is just find the part of the clip where you show the color checkerboard, and then you use this feature. You just click on the specific marker and then just align the squares on top of the squares on your color checker. Choose the input color space and output color space and gamma, and just click match, and then everything will be matched automatically. Of course, you will have to tweak it a little bit. You will have to tweak it a little bit manually and just, you know, correct the exposure afterwards. So that's the next step that you have to do. Yeah, I mean, on camera you can't actually see that they're rotating, or are they? Not really sure. I mean, to me this looks like it's just going around in circles. So yeah, it's like an optical illusion. Now this ball is going around here. If you watch this, I'm not sure this is visible on camera, but it's so interesting. So to adjust the exposure, the highlights, the shadows and the midtones, you can use this upper part of the color checker where you just basically create a window, or just, you know, like mask out everything else and just just view those three stripes, and then adjust the curves accordingly. Now you can see that the white balance is probably a little bit off, so I'm not going to go all the way to maximum on the highlights, and I'm not going to go all the way to the blacks on the shadows. I just want to keep it somewhere on these two lines. Yeah, I think we're getting lost. We're right about here somewhere, so we need to go all the way around here. I think it's this way. Alex, I don't think I have to mention that you have to properly expose whenever you're doing some sort of correction, LUTs, or any sort of correction type of editing. I mean, if you're overexposed, you lose some colors, and you lose maybe even the dynamic range if you're way too high on the ISO. So having like the properly exposed image whenever you're, you know, sampling colors for color correction, really important actually. Now I think we're actually lost. I've been talking to the camera so much that I have no idea. So this is gonna be a little bit of a tricky part. Right over here. We are right here. So this is one way, that's the other way, and that's another way. Once you have done all of that, I would suggest that you place in another clip on the timeline with the same camera, so record it on the same camera, and just see how it looks, and maybe another one. And then when you're done, you just go ahead and create a LUT. You can save this, and a LUT is basically, it's called a lookup table. You guys probably know that, and it's like a preset in Lightroom if you're photographers, but it's a little bit different. With the Lightroom presets, you actually save the settings, so the slider position and the curves. With LUTs, you create a table which says if this pixel is this color with this saturation and this brightness, then it should be the other color and other saturation and other brightness. So you don't have really a control or a way to adjust the LUT. You can adjust things that come before the LUT, and then of course after, but you can't actually tweak it. So, you know, make sure it looks good on multiple clips before you save it. And that's it. That's how you create your own LUTs, and you can use them on any clip recorded with the same camera and properly white balance. Now that's going to work the best, because if it was white balance before when you were creating it, then it's always going to look correct. Okay, we need to find a way out of this maze. There you go, this was fun. Best 8 euros ever spent. Now it's 8 euros for adults, 5 euros for kids, so 13 euros technically speaking. Yeah, you know, that's how you color grade and color correct your images. I hope you guys enjoyed this video a little bit differently than, you know, what people usually do with color checker tutorials. So please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.